Hello, my name is Joanne Palmisano. I'm an author and interior designer, and I specialize in salvage material. I'm thrilled to have been asked by Salvage Fest to put together this short inspirational slideshow that will help you look at reclaimed materials differently. I hope you have fun. Let's start. So here I am. I'm sorry we can't all be together in person, but this is me at the Salvage shop in Sarasota, Florida. I love looking at different shops, vintage finds, you name it, but look how happy I am. So let's get started. Here's a before shot of one of my projects. I wanted to share this with you because I wanted to show you that looking at salvage materials and adding it to your design can be a key element in really transforming a spot. Here are two pieces, a post, old porch post, and a door that we transformed, as you can see, into part of this bar. You can see the porch posts that are on the right-hand side in the bar itself, but also in the upper part in the back bar. There are many other reclaimed design elements in here, as well as the green door and some reclaimed dimensional lumber and items like that. So simple ways to add wow features to your design. Here's another kitchen that I designed, and you're going to see a few different ways you can add salvage and reclaimed elements and where to find them. In this kitchen, the countertop is actually old schoolhouse chalkboards that we found at a salvage shop in Vermont. The reclaimed wood came out of the construction project itself from this old 1800s farm, and we used old porch posts to create this table. You can find at different salvage shops, rebuild center, antique shops, some small amounts of leftover tile, which we did and we used for this backsplash. So you can see all these combining these salvage elements really adds character to this kitchen remodel. Here's another kitchen showing you different items of reclaimed. This sink here is an 1880s laundry sink that was found online. The countertops is old salvage wood from an 1800s railroad building, and it was lovely to find such thick wood, and we left it in its kind of rough state. We did not have it planed. Also, in the refrigerator, the giant commercial refrigerator you see in the back of this picture is from a recycle center. We bought it secondhand. The other option is to have old doors so that adds character to your pantry. Again, these are just different elements and ways that you can reuse and reclaim in your projects. Here's another lovely project. Salvo Fest and all people who use salvage love you reusing, reclaiming, and repurposing. So what we did in this project is we reused the cabinets that were there and built open cupboards for where we needed them. This beautiful double drain board, double bowl sink is a big feature in this simple, budget-friendly vacation rental property. Things like these sinks are a great find and really change the look of your kitchen. Here is another before shot of the townhouse that is a vacation rental as well. And as you can see, because it's a townhouse, the walls don't have a lot of character. You know, how do you add some beautiful salvage and character to your projects? Here's one way. What we did here is we added wood, reclaimed wood, and we whitewashed it and added it to the walls. The floors are actually the same in the wood floors, and we added some beautiful local slate tile as well and changed the kitchen structure. But as you can see how simple it is to add character and texture and depth to a wall by just bringing in reclaimed wood. And you can get so many different looks. If you paint it with a high gloss paint, it'll have a more modern look. If you left it with a natural wood, it would have a more rustic wood look. So again, the material itself can be changed dramatically on how you place it, how you paint it, how you seal it. So think of different ways that you can use it. Here's an example of when you walk into a salvage shop or a rebuild center, and sometimes you're overwhelmed by all this material, but just look at it all and think of all the different creative ways that you can use pieces like this in your project. For example, I used some of that wood to create a headboard where I placed a picture of my husband and daughter sailing in it for our guest bedroom. Here's another example of local wood. When you find a local lumber yard that you like, or someone who does wood that comes off of someone's property that has to be removed, or a city tree that has to be removed, then keep that in mind for live edge pieces, things like that. This carpet also is a new product, but it is made with 75% recycled carpet. So there are many recycled new products out there available to you as well. Here's the same bedroom, but showing you an open closet. This green closet, this used to be a closed off space, but to make the room look larger, we took out the doorway and added some leftover pine grooved wood that we painted green that we found from someone else's project that was left over. We used some more reclaimed wood for the bench, and the old mirror was from the bathroom. So reusing vintage medicine cabinets or mirrors is also another fun way to add character to your space. Here's a before and after. This looks like a mantle that we bought, but it's actually different trim pieces that we put together and layered, making a mantle with reclaimed wood. And then we caulked and sealed it all and put it all together. The stone is also left over from and found at a salvage shop. And the light fixture we just wrapped with crystal to give it a more elegant look. Simple, fun ways to change out a fireplace without spending a fortune. And the old bed springs turned into candle holders. Super fun. What we did in this project, I want to show you that it's not only about adding salvage, but when you remove items, it's important that you do it all you can to have it recycled. We had all of this material donated in the left-hand picture and to a rebuild center. And then we actually purchased sinks from the rebuild center to use in the right-hand picture, the new picture. We used old chicken coops to create feeders, to create light fixtures. We used piping that came out of the building for the legs. We also made toilet paper holders out of piping that came out of the project. Just thinking on how you can not only recycle your own projects and materials, but also how you can, unique ways you can add it into your project. Here's another fun before and after. I love to use furniture in different ways, including bathroom vanities. I have a thing for that. I do not know why. But here's how one beautiful dresser that we used. Here's the before picture of the room and the after. Super fun way of adding a vintage piece. Here's another example of it, but a totally different look. So there are many looks that you can get, and one more example for you right here. This dresser tucked away in an antique shop that we had stained black and went ahead and added it to this beautiful modern bathroom in an old barn turned vacation home. So one of the things that I think about a lot when I do interior design is how can I find a new product that is using reclaimed materials so we can continue to do our best for the environment. So these toilets actually were crushed and turned into these tiles. You can see we also used reclaimed wood for the shelving, but it's just really lovely when you can try and find new products that use recycled material in them. Here are a few examples of things that we did. It's very simple to make your own barn door using reclaimed materials. As you can see, the strapping across the top is keeping all the wood pieces together. In this picture, you can also notice that we made our own platform beds out of old beams that we notched. So just get clever. Also, we made the pillows out of old wool blankets and went ahead and stamped the initials of the inn on it. Here's another example of a room in the same inn, and you can look at all the different elements of reclaimed in here. The wood walls, which is reclaimed wood. The light fixture is made from a shop that specializes in putting together light fixtures from reclaimed metals. The side table is made from leftover dimensional lumber. Scrap pieces of stone and tile can be found at your local stone yard. The blanket at the end of the bed are old made from women in places that need help, and the blanket is also used again for the pillow. So lots of different ways to reclaim and reuse, and shown in this one picture now. Here's another example of wood that is reclaimed, and this is given a more modern look just by using paint on it and a modern design and a straight leg. But this wood is from an 1800s barn. And then there's a vintage dresser in the back and some other vintage pieces. A modern way of adding vintage and reclaimed pieces. So here's a before shot of a room that we wanted to add some texture and life and depth to it. And we did it by using dimensional lumber. One of the things that when people think about salvage material, they always think about the pretty, beautiful old wood or the light fixtures, but a lot of times dimensional lumber can be found at rebuild centers where you can purchase it. And right now with lumber, very difficult to find. It's better to try and reclaim and reuse as much as you can. Also, another fun fact is our library book sales are all over the country, and you can go ahead and see when their sale is and fill the shelving with beautiful old books that you find supporting your local library. Using different types of interesting pieces, such as this beautiful blue shelving that was found at an old country store. These kind of pieces that you usually walk by in a salvage shop or a vintage shop because you can't think of a place to put it. Think of different ways that you can use this kind of material and add character to a room that might not necessarily have that much. Another example of a piece that you probably would have walked by in a secondhand store or a rebuild center, but if you look at it, it's an old pantry. I laid it down and painted it in a modern blue, and here it is, a lovely coffee table. Transformation is hard to see at first, but now if you look at things differently and you look at what something could be, it's super helpful to see it in the future. Another example of something that's kind of beat up and, tucked away in the back of somewhere, but with just a modern, bright color and placed into a modern situation, it can really be a dramatic piece. And also, windows, old windows that come out of spaces. We used this old window that came out of this barn and had mirrors added to it and added as the decor, using books as a side table. And also the old siding of this building was used to create this barn door sliders for this bedroom. Simple ways to add character to a beautiful modern space. Easy ways to start, if it feels overwhelming to add the finishes and fixtures, is just go to your secondhand shop and go through what they have for pictures and paintings, and take old embroidery pieces out of their frames and go ahead and create some beautiful pillows. And you can just go through and look at all the different vases and see how you can create a beautiful style by using one color or one clear glass and the same flowers, and just creating a centerpiece by putting together the right pieces from reclaimed pieces. Here's another picture of just small reused materials, old chicken wire, a vintage brooch, some buckets, things like that, to create a gorgeous centerpiece with affordable reclaimed secondhand materials. And here, this beautiful bedroom we just finished, the headboard was made from cabinet doors. Simple cabinet doors put together and painted to create this dramatic backdrop. The pillow is made from an old skirt, and the side tables are from a secondhand shop, including all the decorations and decor also from secondhand shops. Just looking around and seeing how you can put pieces together really can create a different dramatic look for all your rooms. I hope that was super helpful for you, and if you want, feel free to check out one of my books or follow me on Instagram. Thanks again, and enjoy your day. And remember, reuse, reclaim, and repeat. Thank you.